76ers. At the point, 6 foot, number 7, Kyle Lowry. At small forward, at 6'7", number 9, Kelly Oubre Jr. At forward, 6'8", number 12, Tobias Harris. At guard, 6'3", number 0, Tyrese Maxey. At center, 7 foot, number 21, Joel Embiid. The head coach of your home team. Once again, the starter for your Philadelphia 76ers.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer, Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. They've got Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel quickly out there with Gary Trent. Then it's Barrett, and it's Pirtle in at the center. And for Philadelphia, the pairing up front is Harris and Embiid. Tyrese Maxey out there with Lowry, and it's Oubre in at the 3 spot. You know, with all the talent in these two backcourts, Doris, this should be a very exciting matchup.
And you know, Kev, it feels like we could say that for most matchups these days, right? The league is so heavily laden with talent at the guard position. I feel spoiled.
Now here's Barnes. Inside, here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Yeah, we know this about Scotty Barnes. He has a team-first mindset, finds the open player in that instance.
And he makes that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Pirtle. Goes back up. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Outside Lowry. Lays it up and banks it in.
When Kyle Lowry touches that painted area, he is aggressive to score it, and he is so able to finish on the interior.
Now, here's Barrett. Back to quickly. It's hauled in by Harris. Quickly against Oubre. Over quickly, and again it's Philadelphia.
Now that's the lefty stroke of Oubre, right? He can hit from mid-range right on out to deep three-point range.
Now, quickly. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Sixers ball.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And, Greg, while the Sixers have been effective time and again, they've been unable to get past the conference semifinal.
Where they bowed out in 5 of the last 6 years. But you go back, they haven't made it any further since Allen Iverson led them to the finals back in 01.
Here's Barnes after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Barnes. That one rolling around and rims out.
No one near him on that one. And I'm not sure why he felt like he needed to fade away.
Here's Maxey. Again, Philadelphia.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And one outstanding things the Raptors do, Greg, they really protect the ball.
Yeah, even when they're not playing their best, they don't give away games with mistakes. They force you to find other ways to beat them.
D'Anthony Melton. He's checked in for Kyle Lowry.
TNT, everybody. Get loud. So once again.
Quickly against Melton. And Barrett slams it in.
Wow, the hammer by R.J. Barrett. How about that athleticism?
Here's Melton. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this. Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Here's Maxey. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Trent with it. Maxey covering. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Raptors ball.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Maxey against Trent. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Harris finds Melton. Over quickly. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Melton's got 5.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
They've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now, here's quickly. Still yet to score. And Embiid with the block.
And how about the anticipation from the big fella? Embiid is one of the league's premier shot blockers.
Olynyk is checked in for the Raptors.
Kelly Olynyk.
First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And really, over the years, Harris has worked so hard on that jumper, now reaping the rewards of all his labor.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
On the wing, Melton. For 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Toronto calls timeout.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Some changes here for the 76ers. Fields checked in for Kelly Oubre. And Smith subbed in for D'Anthony Melton. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Abaji's checked in. McDaniels comes in for Barrett. Dix checked in for Gary Trent. And it's Bruce Brown in for Quickly.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Now, here's Brown. After the miss from Tyrese Maxey.
Assisted.
Well, at 7 feet, Kelly Olynyk doesn't have to go far for the flush.
Harris inside the line. Again, Philadelphia.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Brown's shot is good. So it's Philadelphia now. 10-point lead. Now Toronto Doris losing in the play-in was a disappointment to say the least last year. But we know this is a young team.
Well, to your point, Kevin, if you look at the minutes distribution, in the top 8, 7 guys were under 30. But you've now had a head coaching change. There are some decisions to be made about which direction you're going in. Are you developing that young talent? Are you moving pieces to try to acquire a more veteran team?
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Brown against Maxey. It's Brown with the drive. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. Brown's got 8 points.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
Philadelphia leading by 10. Here's Maxey. And they'll get another chance. Here's Harris. Here's Embiid. And at last, they get one to fall. He's got 6.
Talk about effort. Embiid staying with that one.
Raptors trail by 12. And the pass to Olynyk from past the arc. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Left side, Maxey. Shoots over Brown. And that one's good. Maxey. 6 seconds left in the first quarter. A 3-ball. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Philadelphia ahead. They lead by 14. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. We've got Reed. Batum's out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Lowry. And it's Melton in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. And here is Quickly. Following Kyle Lowry's 3, a 3 from Barnes. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game. The Raptors making a switch here. Trent's checked in. Doris, when you and I think about the playoffs back in the bubble, you can see how much of an impact the fans have during games.
Personally, Kevin, I hope never to see a bubble again because the energy and the atmosphere inside NBA arenas is so electric you can almost reach out and touch it. And obviously, the players love the opportunity to perform in front of their home fans.
Here's Barnes. He has yet to score. Quickly the pass to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, I know he doesn't have to get too high to slam it home, but it doesn't take away from the force and the message sent on the dunk.
Here's Lowry. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Lowry's got 5 points in the quarter.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Pass to Barnes. And here is Quickly. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Elton kicks to Batum. Launches it. And Poeltl pulls it down. Raptors trail by 15. Greg, talking about Jakob Poeltl, it doesn't seem like he gets enough credit for his defense.
I don't think he does. I mean, he's an excellent rim protector and rebounder, and a big man who just takes pride in defending.
Here's Lowry. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Now, here's Quickly. Shot clock at 6. His 3-pointers off the mark. Philadelphia leading by 15. Here's Lowry. Good work defensively by Trent. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. As ever, Joel Embiid has the pressure on him to be the franchise player. He said it's not an easy job. If it was easy, everybody would do it. When you're actually the best offensive player and the best defensive player, you got to make plays. You can't be perfect. All I can do is try to do my best every game. Kevin?
Well said. His best DA is pretty great, isn't it? Thank you so much for the report.
Love to see Barrett aggressively sharing the basketball. Wants to get it to his teammates in their spots. Nice.
Here's Lowry. It's good again in an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Boy, that's a backbreaker. Takes it right into the rim and extends their lead.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback. And nice finish by him.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Barrett. A nice shot by Reed.
Well, the consistency with which Kyle Lowry involves his teammates is really a sight to behold. This guy's such a good passer.
Here's Quickly. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. Quickly's got 6.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
You got to give it up for Lowry's toughness. He's got that scorer's mentality. From contact won't stop him from converting. Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. You know, Greg, they call him IQ. Instant offense is Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah, and he puts points on the board quickly. No pun intended. A volume 3-point shooter and has a deadly little floater in the lane.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Paul Reed. Tobias Harris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Buddy Hield in for Kyle Lowry. And then for Toronto, Kelly Olynyk checked in for Perk. McDaniels comes in for Scotty Barnes. And Dick subbed in for Trent. Raptors trail by 14. Dick with it, and it's Melton with the rebound.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Looming large on the interior and being hard to deny.
Here's Barrett. He's got 7. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Melton. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Excellent recognition from Kelly Oubre right there. So solid, sensing when one of his guys is open.
And the dunk by Dick.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. Here's Hield, and that one drops for him.
Great concentration by Buddy Hield right there. Boy, despite taking the bump, finishes anyway.
Quickly against Hield. And it's quickly missing. The 76ers leading by 18. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
You're going to have to hit Oubre hard to prevent the bucket, boy. If you don't, he's going to play through it.
Personal foul.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Philadelphia.
At the line for
They're
Philadelphia.
controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
You've also got to love the way they've been crashing the offensive glass. Multiple opportunities, not giving up on possessions. Beautiful.
Free throw, good, Oubre. There we are looking at Kelly Oubre Jr. He's capable, Doris, of lighting it up on any given night.
Kevin, from the moment he stepped into the NBA league, this guy has been a proven scorer. He's got a ton of flair to his game. He's probably best used in that six-man role, though he has put up very good numbers as a starter. I just like his change of pace when he comes off the bench.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
And the Raptors with the ball after the Sixers pick up two. Brown, no good. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Poked away. It's stolen by Hield. Here's Melton. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. Melton's got 14 points.
Nice job from Embiid. The big man showing off his vision there.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Brown. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his
that
first
one on Embiid.
Foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of this.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
First free throw is good. And the 76ers with some changes. Tyrese Maxey comes in for Melton. And it's Payne in for Kelly Oubre. And Brown drops them both. The 76ers leading by 23. Here's Payne. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Here's Brown. Here he goes.
And how high can you fly? I mean, he finishes that one with some pop.
GA after getting loose in the lane with a scintillating move. And so it's Philadelphia with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now,
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Kyle Lowry has been the story in this one. He ended up with 17 points and 1 rebound. He didn't perform up to his standards in their last game. Tonight's a different story. He obviously has a short memory. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Their control of the boards is a big reason for this lead. Seems like it might have been their game plan coming in. Send multiple guys to the rim when the shot goes up.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Just bad interior defense from them throughout the half. They're getting pushed around, not protecting the rim, allowing easy looks. That's the kind of D I love to face. I've had at least 30 by now, guys.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
Here come your Philadelphia 76ers ENT, everybody.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kyle Lowry has just been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The 76ers leading by 21, so the Raptors 5 right now. Scotty Barnes is out there with Jakob Poeltl. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. Then it's Gary Trent. And it's Barrett at the small forward position. And the dunk by Barnes.
That's unselfishness from Trent Jr. We know he wants to score, but when your teammate's that wide open, just simply put the ball where it needs to be.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. For the Sixers, it's championship or bust. Joel Embiid said there's nothing to be happy about just getting to the conference finals or the finals. You got to win the whole thing. That's the goal. And every single day, it's just trying to find ways to make that happen. Back to you.
Yep, all or nothing. David, thank you.
And credit Harris for creating that high percentage look, scanning the floor and finding the best option.
Quickly the pass to Barnes. And Barnes gets double teamed. Trent, right side. Pass to Quickly. Pulls it up. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Quickly's got 10.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Here's Lowry. Gets number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
Here's a guy who's always willing to take what the defense gives him. If his teammates are open, yes, Kyle Lowry will find him. But if he needs to be aggressive, he can do that as well.
The shot's good from Quickly.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot. But right now, this guy is cooking.
And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line. Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
And that one's good, Maxey.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes. But you know what, Greg? Still working to take that next step. What do you think is his key?
Kevin, that's an easy one. It's going to be perimeter shooting. You know, we get spoiled with all the other things he can do, and he's had a tremendous start to his NBA career. But I think to become that superstar, the jump shot has to become a weapon.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
You gotta love his hustle, leading the defense. No time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Lowry against quickly, and Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got 21.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
And it's quickly missing. Philadelphia leading by 17. Maxey on the wing. Jacks up a three. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Passes it to Barnes. Over Harris. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
How quick with that shot off the catch was Scotty Barnes. My goodness, defense didn't have a chance to react.
Maxey into the lane. And he finishes nicely on the layup. 19 points in the game.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, my goodness. Gary Trent Jr. said, hops. I got a little hops in my game, too.
And the 76ers call time here. The 76ers will go for a different look here. All Reed's checked in for Embiid. Batum comes in for Tobias Harris. Heald's checked in for Kelly Oubre. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Kyle Lowry. And then for Toronto, Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bruce Brown comes in for R.J. Barrett. And Dick subbed in for Trent.
Some power coming from the PG.
That's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Here's quickly Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And the shot goes in. Philadelphia leading by 16. Melton kicks to Batum. Here's the three.
In the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Reed. And the layup's good off the glass. Reed's got his second basket.
Well, this is what he does. Find ways to make his presence felt. Then this time on the offensive glass.
How about the hustle on display there? That kind of effort will earn respect from everyone.
76.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
McDaniels checked in for quickly.
Into the lineup for the Raptors, Jalen McDaniels.
Batum against Barnes. And it's Barnes spinning it down.
You can see how well Scotty Barnes moves on a basketball floor. I mean that north and south, and what hops this young man has.
And he's good on the three ball. Melton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
And finished off by McDaniel.
Assist from.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hand.
Textbook. Maxey passes to Reed. 76ers moving the ball around. Batum inside the three-point line. Again, Philadelphia. Raptors trail by 19. Pound kicks to McDaniels. Wants to get it to Brown and does. Nick Balls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Melton passes to Maxey. Lets it go with a three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And here are the Raptors now, following the three-pointer by Tyrese Maxey. Here's McDaniels, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Melton, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Melton's got 21. Here's Dick. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for the 76ers. 70 total, 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The pairing up front is Harris and Embiid. Lowry out there with Anthony Melton. And it's Oubre in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Lowry with the ball. And it's Trent picking him up. Nice shot from the wing. 23 points in the game. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Trailing by 17. A nice shot by Brown.
And when Earl sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Philadelphia's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. With 3, Harris sinks the 3-pointer. And the 76ers lead by 18.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Here's Abaji. Rebound by the 76ers. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Embiid. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Brown, the pass to Proto. Back to Brown. Got a piece of it. Embiid with the steal. And Embiid with a clear path to the hoop. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Embiid's got 4 points this quarter.
And remember now, Embiid lost 20 pounds during the summer of 19. There, looking light on his feet in transition.
And Barrett slams it in.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And a deep 3 from Lowry. A new 14 for the 76ers. Second chance shot. The shot, no good. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
Domination, plain and simple. Embiid isn't holding back and is giving the defense all he's got.
Here's Pirtle, and it's good. 2 points. 6 points for Jakob Pirtle.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Oubre for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb.
He's starting to develop that range. Maybe the stroke isn't perfect, but Oubre showing promise.
Here's Brown. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Brown's got 22.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And it's Lowry penetrating. That one goes in.
I'd say this guy just loves having the ball in his hands. And why not when Lowry can make moves like that?
Here's the pass to Pirtle. Back to Brown. Driving the lane. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brown's got 12 points here in the second half. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Lowry for three. It's rebounded by Barrett. Raptors trail by 21. Over in the corner, Brown. And it's off from three-point range. 76ers have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Embiid, no good.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness. What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
Here's Melton. He gets it in there. He's got 26.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night. Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
The 76ers leading by 20. Oubre for three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
And the Raptors call time here.
And the Sixers, you
present our New Balance player of the game, Joel Embiid.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Barnes passes to Pirtle. Barnes against Harris. The feed now to Barrett. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
Assisted.
Barnes has got 5 assists in the game. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Here's Embiid. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
Oh, he sure is. I mean, these past 2 games, his energy level has been sensational. Whether it's a putback like that or other hustle plays, he's been everywhere.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
A willingness to get really physical. Embiid willing to throw some serious muscle around. Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Joel Embiid.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Tipped away. Embiid with the steal. Up and in on the layup.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Here's Maxey, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Maxey.
Free throw good, Maxey. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Barrett with the bounce pass. No good on the 3. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Count it.
And the sheer size of Embiid poses so many problems for the opponent, and he's using it well to score inside against them.
And here's Barrett. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.